Hey guys, welcome back to another one. This is Crypto Elite. In today's video, we have some exciting news from Ripple CEO. He is ripping the US SEC. Not really, but he is talking about how the US is playing catch up to the rest of the world with the entire crypto industry. So we'll dig into that a little bit. Then we'll talk about Ethereum and the Shanghai upgrade. There's some news that's surrounding that. I definitely want to pass it out to everyone. And then lastly, Jack Dorsey has some actually very wise words of wisdom. So we will tune into that very briefly. But before we talk about those three exciting stories, let's check out the portfolio. As you know, in my crypto channel, I give you up-to-date information on my trades, my crypto portfolio every single day, and that is something that most other crypto channels do not do. So as you can see here, I'm at about $18,900, about the same as my previous video that I put out. And it's kind of eerie, but the entire crypto market, I'll open up BTC, has just been trading pretty horizontal. So we will see what's happening. Maybe this is the calm before the storm, but as you can see, a couple days ago we had that massive dump, and I say massive in air quotes by comparison to what happened recently, but it's been trading very sideways, and the volume has definitely decreased quite a bit as well. So we'll kind of see. This could be the calm before the storm, before something else happens, but normally something would happen that was going to be big over the weekend because there's not as much volume, not as much US trading activity, or just 9 to 5 trading activity. So we'll kind of have to wait and see what is going to happen next. As you know, I am trying to average into my one full BTC, and I did the rough math. Depending on the price of BTC, it could take approximately half a year. So I have about 180 to 200 days, depending on how often I do average in and the rate at which I am able to average in. So another half a year and I will have my full BTC. I'll definitely try and do it before that, but that is kind of my target for now. So I also have Ethereum, and we have some news with the Shanghai upgrade coming soon. USDC going to deploy this very soon, hopefully sometime this weekend. Cardano and Near Protocol also at a loss right now, but I just invested in this one, and check out my previous videos. I do think there is a bright summer for the Near Protocol. So let's dig into that news. The first one has to do with the Ripple CEO. He's saying the US is now playing catch up because we were falling behind a lot of other countries in crypto adoption. Countries like Australia, Japan, Singapore, UK, Switzerland, they already have comprehensive rules on cryptocurrency. And with those rules set in place, investors and entrepreneurs, they know what they're getting into. But the US, we don't know what we're getting into. If you wanted to open up a crypto business right now, there's a lot of rules, a lot of regulations. You have to keep an eye behind your back because you don't know if the SEC is going to slap you and say what you're doing is offering securities. And that is something that the CEO of Ripple is saying that we need to do right now. And there's a lot of good benefits. As we know, the Amazons, the Googles, they were all headquartered and stationed in the US for good reasons. And that is something that the crypto industry, I think they really do want to come to the US, but we just need that rule and regulations, and we need it to focus on consumer protections. And with that being said, the SEC Ripple case, it's not going to be the end all be all, but it is going to echo across the entire industry. So we will have to wait and see. Still a lot to be determined here, but I do like the wise words of the Ripple CEO. That was the first story. The second story has to do with the Ethereum Shanghai upgrade. It is right around the corner, and it is going to launch in April. And just 16% of Ethereum stakers are in profit ahead of the Shanghai upgrade, which kind of makes you wonder, even if people are able to withdraw their Ethereum, are they going to sell it? And that's kind of what this article goes on to talk about. And all of that, like I said, it's a recent push. Before, it was late March expected, and they pushed it back a couple days. So now early April is when we're expecting to be able to withdraw our ETH. And the question is, are you going to sell it? Because this is actually pretty legit. So if you locked your holdings on December 1st, 2020, when it was first eligible to be locked up, the price of Ethereum was $612. Now the price of Ethereum is actually much higher than that. So you could potentially profit 156%, which that's not bad at all things considered. And that's just 16% of the stakers could do that. So the rest of us, me included, I am staked with Coinbase right now, and I can't wait to remove it from Coinbase. But I will withdraw my stake, but I will not sell my stake. So I'm going to be in that bucket. But even though I know there's going to be a lot of people who are like myself, there's still about $6.25 billion stakes. So I know there's going to be a lot of people who need that money, especially right now in the current economy. So there are going to be some sell pressure because of that. So that was the second story. The last thing I wanted to talk about has to do with Jack Dorsey. He straight up says, trust no one in crypto. And the more and more I think about that is the more and more one of the reasons why I know the video is coming soon, but the reason why I did back out of Theta, because in this industry, there's not enough information to trust a single entity, to trust a project, especially a project that doesn't put out that much information. Trust no one because you really don't know what's happening. And he goes on to say the good thing about Bitcoin, and there's a lot of pros, a lot of cons. Keep following the channel. You can definitely hear all of that from myself. But he does reiterate that no one knows anything. And he first said this in reference to FTX. And of course, there was a lot going on behind the scenes and no one knew. Everyone thought FTX was a star exchange. Turns out it was the exact opposite of that. And everyone in crypto right now is out there just to make money. There's I'd say 99%. There is that 1% who actually do want to help people, but most people in crypto industry right now, they're out there to make money. So you don't want to make yourself that exit liquidity. And by doing so, just trust no one, no matter what they're saying. They could be doing something 100% opposite on the other end of that spectrum. So that's the last thing I wanted to talk about, and just my thoughts on that as well. So with that being said, as you know, the crypto industry right now has been trading awfully horizontal. If you want to see what I'm doing with my trades every single day, follow me on the Patreon. If not, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll see you on the next one.